The Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, has abandoned its controversial plan to implement a public interest test for announcing investigations into regulated firms. This decision follows sustained pressure from businesses and significant political intervention, highlighting the ongoing tensions between regulatory oversight and the potential for reputational damage to companies. The FCA's initial proposal, unveiled early last year, sparked immediate backlash. Industry voices and then City Minister Tulip Siddiq vehemently criticized the plan, arguing it was overly intrusive and potentially harmful to businesses. The subsequent revised proposal, which offered companies a mere 10-day notice period before public announcement, failed to appease critics. Siddiq's public condemnation of the FCA's approach, coupled with her implied threat to overrule the regulator, underscored the political pressure mounting against the initiative. The FCA's ambition to publicly name and shame firms under investigation stemmed, in part, from the highly publicized British steel pension scandal. The regulator's inability to promptly disclose the names of financial advisors implicated in providing flawed advice to pensioners fueled public anger and calls for greater transparency. The FCA's argument that earlier disclosure might have prevented further harm to pensioners failed to outweigh the concerns raised about the potential for damaging preemptive accusations and the chilling effect on legitimate business operations. This highlights a critical debate within regulatory circles, balancing the public interest in transparency and accountability with the potential for unfair prejudice and damage to businesses before any wrongdoing is proven. The FCA's retreat on the public interest test represents a significant victory for businesses who argued that the initial proposal was disproportionate and risked harming the UK's financial sector competitiveness. The lack of consensus, acknowledged by the FCA itself, suggests a deeper underlying issue: the challenge of balancing the need for robust regulatory oversight with the preservation of a healthy and innovative financial industry. The incident underscores the complex interplay between regulatory bodies, government policy, and the business community, highlighting the ongoing need for dialogue and compromise to ensure a fair and effective regulatory framework. The FCA's decision comes amidst wider changes within the UK financial regulatory landscape. Simultaneously, the government abolished the Payment Systems Regulator, PSR, absorbing its 160-strong staff into the FCA under the banner of an efficiency drive. This consolidation, presented as a means to stimulate UK economic growth, raises questions about the potential impact on regulatory capacity and expertise. Will this integration lead to improved efficiency or dilute the focus on specialized areas of financial regulation? Only time will tell. Adding another layer of complexity to the evolving regulatory landscape is the recent revelation that peers with close ties to major city firms serve on a new Lords committee overseeing financial services regulation. This raises concerns about potential conflicts of interest and raises questions about the impartiality and effectiveness of such oversight. The potential for undue influence on regulatory decisions demands careful scrutiny and transparent processes to ensure the integrity of the regulatory framework. Furthermore, the FCA and the Prudential Regulation Authority, PRA, have abandoned initiatives aimed at improving diversity and inclusion within the financial services sector. This decision, while seemingly unrelated to the public interest test controversy, further underscores the broader shifting priorities within the UK's financial regulatory apparatus. The reasons behind this reversal need further clarification, triggering concerns about the commitment to promoting equality and fairness within the industry. The confluence of these developments, the abandonment of the public interest test, the absorption of the PSR, the composition of the Lords Committee, and the halting of diversity and inclusion initiatives, paints a picture of a regulatory environment in flux. Navigating this evolving landscape requires constant vigilance, robust dialogue, and a commitment to transparency and accountability from all stakeholders. The FCA's decision, while seemingly a victory for some, ultimately highlights the profound challenges facing UK financial regulation in balancing the needs of consumers, businesses, and the broader public interest. The long-term consequences of these changes remain to be seen, underscoring the importance of continuous monitoring and critical evaluation of the regulatory framework's effectiveness. The ongoing debate surrounding these issues underlines the need for a more nuanced and comprehensive approach to financial regulation, one that prioritizes both effective oversight and the sustainable growth of the UK financial services industry. The FCA's actions necessitate a thorough review of the effectiveness of its regulatory strategies and a renewed commitment to open communication and collaboration with all stakeholders.